Hello, my name is David Webb and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's me to go first and I have Ouija. I'm going to place it here to maximise score. And with only one consonant and 6 vowels, I don't think there's going to be anything better. And that is a nice pickup. I think I have a 7-letter bingo, and there should be several 8s available. Now I just need to find them. Well, there's reptilia and liparite through the I. I'm wondering about apterial. Well, I still have liparite, but that would end one row short of the bottom row, so it would open up the triples. It would therefore be nicer to find alternative bingos. In particular, it would be nice to find one through the O of Ouija, because that would probably, or would definitely rather, hit a double word square. I know that polarite is not good. Petiolar. Phew. Petiolar. I'm wondering if there's an anagram of that, but even if there is, I don't think it would be significantly superior to petiolar. I have 3 pairs of letters, the E, the N, the R. The L is not good with the N or the R, so this isn't going to be an easy rack to resolve. I do have learner or relearn. Well, with a floating A I would have one of those two. Now I do have, I don't think petiolar takes an S. Great, that gets challenged off. It is important to observe all the words that your opponent makes. I saw bigs and thought that was good, and for a moment I almost didn't check petiolars, but fortunately I did. So what can I do with this rack? Well, I could play learn through the A of petiolar. Problem with that is it only scores 9 points. So there ought to be something better. I'm wondering if I can put an R or an E on the end of Joe. And have a word which goes through the A of petiolar and which resolves the rack in terms of splitting up the duplicates, because that would score more than the learn play. here's a possibility. Ren, that's 14 points, which is 5 more than learn. But the L does diminish the value of the leave. And the question is, does keeping the L justify the 5 extra points? 5 is quite a large number of points. One other factor to bear in mind is that Ren takes a B in front of it to make Bren. So I am providing an opening for my opponent, and I know that my opponent does have a B. And indeed, Ren takes a G in front of it as well, which is also on my opponent's rack. I think I am going to go back for learn. And that's not great. B, V and K can be nice tiles, but when they're together on the same rack, they're generally not. I do have the over prefix. But I don't have any bingos as an 8-letter word or as a 7. I ought to be able to resolve this rack though. Hip, I don't think that's good. Now I could play verb through the E of PTLR. That would keep EKNO, and it would score 18 points. I could also play curve, KERVE, 24 points, keeping BNO. There's revoke, keeping BN. I think I like curve the best of those possibilities. That's 24 points. The O goes quite nicely with the B and the N, and by keeping one vowel I am insuring myself against having 7 consonants. Well, as demonstrated, I draw no vowels at all, and having kept the O, I ought to be able to play my way through this. If I'd played off the O in revoke, I could be sitting here with 7 consonants and looking at a change. Now my O can go underneath the Z. Do I have anything which can go after KI? There's kin, and that's it. So I can't see any good way of using that. The X is a nice tile, so it's not a priority to get rid of it as soon as possible. My main priority on this rack is to get rid of the excess of consonants. But that's easier said than done. I could play Nix and Kin and Zoo. Now that doesn't resolve the consonant problem, but it scores 28 points, which is a lot, and it does keep a vowel to go with the 4 consonants. And the reason I'm considering this is that I cannot see an easy way of sorting out my consonant excess. Maybe it'll be easier next go. Gosh, 3 O's. My opponent plays a bingo, and I was just going to comment on the fact that I did have quite a comfortable lead, but that has now shrunk to just 26 points. I certainly want to play off at least 2 of the O's. But can I do that? I could play low buy at A8 down. Only 18 points, and it keeps 2 O's, so that's not great. I think bool is good, B-O-O-L. Let's see what that scores. Resolves all the duplicates and triplicates. Log isn't a terrible leave. And it's 20 points. I think it only takes an S at the end. I now go from an excess of consonants to an excess of vowels. I draw 5 points for an incorrect challenge, which is nice. Well, looks like my opponent has his own problems with duplicate U's. Well, what can I do with this rack? Aeoli is good. And that does play over bool, but it opens up row A, so I don't wish to play it there. So what else do I have? Well, this isn't easy. Gosh, I'm really struggling to see any opportunities at all with this rack. There are very few scoring spots on the board. But I'm still not persuaded that Aeoli should be played. I've only got under 9 minutes left and there are 46 tiles in the bag, so I can't spend too long considering this move. I really don't want to leave myself with 3 vowels and 1 consonant. There's got to be something. Gosh. This certainly does not feel optimal, but I don't have the time to find something better. And that's not a bad pickup. I must be close to a bingo. But no bingo is jumping out at me. I've got Jism in column 15, which would score quite a lot. 34 points. But do I have anything through the floaters? I've got the L of re-oil. I've got the E of have. I've got the I of re-oil. The V of have. Well, gosh, this looks close, but I just can't see. Well, I'm wondering if gizmo can be spelt with an S. This will be really irksome if it's only spellable with a Z. Certainly playing off the O improves the leave considerably. And that's 40 points. And if this stays on the board, I've got a lead of 70 points. Great, it's not challenged. I've got the Q, but I've got the I to go with it. I've got chi, chin, cat, caddy, cade. I've got every possible short Q word without a U. But is there a good place to play it? Or to play one of them? I've also got Kanat through the A of Wadi. Just looking around the board in case there are any spare U's, but there aren't. Well, I'm surprised with all these possibilities. There ought to be a good spot to play the Q, and I can't see one. I suppose I could play cat down here, which would obstruct my opponent's pluralization of re-oil. That's 26 points, which isn't too bad. And I can't see anything better. And I have wintered through the E of have, if it stays open. Do I have anything else? There's the A of Wadi available. But I can't see a bingo that uses it. If I can get wintered down, I think the game is in the bag. I've got just under 5 minutes on my clock. There are 27 tiles in the bag, and there are 7 on my opponent's rack. From the time management perspective, it would certainly be helpful to play off 7 tiles now. I hope my opponent will be tempted into playing at 0-1 for a humble score. But what should I do if wintered is blocked? Certainly want to play off the W, and then the remaining letters look pretty good. Well, I could play went at 0-1 for only 21 points, which isn't great. What else do I have? Well, I suppose I have wived through the V of have, but it's possible that if the E of have is taken out of circulation, then the V may also be taken out. Great, wintered is playable. Fantastic. Ooh, and the W goes on the double letter square. That's good. Wintered. That is a nice pickup. I must be fairly close to a bingo. I'm about 100 points ahead, so I have a good lead. So there's the W of waddy as a floater. There's the A of waddy. Nothing through those. And then there's the D and the E of wintered. I can't see a bingo using either of those. There are 15 tiles left. There's a lot of vowels left. So I don't need to worry about playing my vowels. I do need to worry about the time. I'm playing the A rather than the I because there are 3 A's left in the bag. 27 points is good, and the leave of pine is quite good. Well, I do draw 2 of those 3 A's. I am likely to be facing vowel-heavy racks now, given how many are left in the bag. I don't think I have a bingo on this rack, but I must be fairly close. Unfortunately, the only floating consonants are the W of waddy and the D of wintered. And I can't see a bingo using either of those. But I do have the P, so I ought to be able to score. Froards. Gosh, not totally sure of that with the S on the end. And it's good. So my opponent draws to within 50 points of me. But the tiles that are left are mainly vowels, so I'm not expecting another bingo from him. But what can I do to score? Where can I put my P? P is my scoring tile. So I'm looking for a spot where that can go. Five tiles in the bag, so it would be nice to play off 4 of them. Thinking about playing Senna down here. Because it scores, it obstructs bingo lanes. The leave isn't terrible. And that's quite a kind pickup. You can see at the bottom the tiles that my opponent has got, plus the tile in the bag, which he will be drawing as soon as he plays. So I am looking at the only letters I will have in this game. 53 points, that's pretty good. My opponent is now only 25 points behind, but he has 4 vowels. So my only danger, really, is running overtime. And that is not going to happen. It's 24 points. Probably not optimal. But I do have an outplay of gate in row F, making beg and not. Do I have another outplay? I'm not sure that I do. Well, I may have agita through the A of halves, A-G-I-T-A, I think that's good. I'm hoping my opponent will be drawn to the P of Nep and leave my gate play free, which is what he does do. Splendid. Gate, beg and not. And I win the game, 438 to 377. So let's see what I missed. Yeah, Ouija. Plata was the 7 and Platia, gosh, they were significant misses on my part. Plata at J6. I see, that would have made Joel and Amma. Yes, that would have been a nice play. And epilator was the anagram of petiolar. Nar at J3. Ah, that's what I was looking for, a play through the A of petiolar, which hooked onto Joe. Knob at B3. Yep, making op and B. That would have been nice. But it's probably not hugely superior to curve. Nothing scored more than Nix. And bool, yep, that was my play. And now I hit vowel problems. Logia at B10. Well, that's a big score, but it does open up the triple lane on row A. Reoil was undoubtedly a significantly inferior move to many of the others which are being shown there. Great, I didn't miss a bingo on this rack, I thought it was close. Cade M3, I see through the eye of Reoil. Okay, not much between that and the play I made. Wintered, nothing else. And no bingos on this rack, which is good, which means because it means I didn't miss one. Panda N10. Yep, that would have been nice. Palating, N3. Okay, a lot of letters, not a huge score. And now, was there anything better than gate? Tague in the same spot. Oh, of course, putting the G onto no rather than the T. Okay, well that was 4 points needlessly thrown away at the end. But overall, that was an interesting game, and I didn't miss any bingos, and there were quite a few interesting spots. My racks varied between being vowel heavy and consonant heavy, so I think there were a variety of situations that came up in that game. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. My name is David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.